So today I'm talking to you about poetry a little bit. This is one of my favorite things to teach. I love to teach poems because they're short. We can read them often in class together, but they're very rich in meaning and symbolism. And also, I love to figure out the poet's poetic voice and who they're speaking to. And I'm also very interested always about how the poet uses language in different ways, both with denotation and connotation, which is something we studied, and thinking about how language and different words make different associations. I'm always very excited when I find new associations that I didn't know about words, and I often learn so much from poets about that. Poetry's important features include rhythm, so that there is a kind of meter to the line and a rhythm to the line. Rhyme, poems can rhyme, they don't always have to. And poets are often confined by a structure and a form. It might be a sonnet where they're writing 14 lines only, and it has a certain rhyming pattern that they have to adhere to. But I'm really interested in the idea of constraint and restraint, forcing a kind of creation, or getting people to create in different ways than they might have otherwise. Sometimes when you can't find the answer to something very quickly, or you have to work within certain strictures, you sometimes find a new and creative way of thinking about things. And I think that often happens when I read poetry. Poetry is one of the oldest forms of literature, if not the oldest form of literature. And, we go back to Homer and the Odyssey and on from there. We will be reading a series of poets during the First World War to connect to some of the experiences that I want us to take a look at. But we will also be looking at something called ekphrastic poetry, which is poetry that speaks to another art form. So welcome on this journey. In this way, I'll be talking a little bit and showing you a few examples of different ways that poets use the line versus the sentence, poetic diction, different ways they use metaphors and similes, and how they think about the form of the poem to make meaning.